Hello, it is October 29th, 2015 at 9:30 a.m. and I am at work because I'm always at work. Anyway, today I tried guava, like real guava for the first time ever, which I have never done. I've always had it like in something else, but never as like a whole fruit that was handed to me and then someone was like, eat it. And one of my coworkers happens to have a guava tree and she brought me some guava, and I don't quite know why because I never requested it of her, but she did. And I looked at it and was like, I never really like guava, but maybe I just don't like its flavor and things, and like the actual fruit is delicious. So I gave it a shot and I took one bite and I was like, and then I realized I just don't like guava. I don't like passion fruit either. I don't know. I like lots of interesting flavors and such, but not the guava at all. Took one bite and was like, this is gross. And then I like tried to get rid of the taste by drinking some orange juice. Product placement. It still tastes like guava in my mouth. Like if someone were to come and like kiss me or something, they would be like, oh, you're all gross and guava-y, and I'd be like, I know, it's kind of repulsive, sorry. Sorry to people out there who like love guava and think it's the best fruit ever. It's just, maybe I didn't have a ripe one. Maybe I didn't have a ripe one. That could be what it was. But I did not enjoy my guava experience at all. Otherwise, I'm really good. I went and worked out with my personal trainer today, and like she did this really cool thing where she had an exercise for every letter of the alphabet, and we had to do them, and you know, like E was elevated chest press, so like, or in a bridge, and then you're like doing a chest press, and like it was really fun. It was really fun. And it was nice to only have to do one set of things as opposed to normally you do a circuit and you do the same thing like 2 or 3 times. But she rotated it so that we got a full workout that used the same muscle groups a number of times but in different ways. It was really fun and I liked it. And what else have I done? Yesterday was okay. I went on a walk. Went on a couple walks. It was nice. I mean, all I really do in life is work. Do you want me to talk to you about my work? I could talk to you about my work, but nobody wants to hear it. Even people I work with don't want to hear it. So, tomorrow I'm having people over to do pumpkin carving. Waiting a little late, but that was because last weekend my family was like off. My son was over in Las Vegas visiting my sister, and I'm not going to do pumpkin carving without my son, and I don't know about other parts of the country, but if you carve a pumpkin here 2 weeks in advance, it's rotten. Completely, totally rotten by the time Halloween comes around. So we're going to do pumpkins tomorrow. My son wants to carve some sort of something from Avatar into his pumpkin, and I'll probably get a lecture on how he should do it himself, so I'm probably going to have him do it himself. It seems to be the theme this year is, your son is a teenager and you still do all of these things for him? Why don't you have him go make his own eggs? And I'm like, I only see the child an hour to 2 hours a day. I would like to do things for him in the hour to 2 hours a day, as opposed to shout at him about how he should do them for himself. I would like to be like, okay child, I get to see you for an hour before you go to your father's on Saturday. How about I make you tea and we sit and have breakfast? I'll make you waffles. It'll be fabulous. We can have a lovely time chatting and like, I don't know. I just like doing things for my boy. But I will probably make him carve his own pumpkin this year because seriously, he's 13 and last year I got stuck carving 5 pumpkins on my own. And I ran out of ideas. By the last pumpkin, I was just like, I don't know. What did I do? I did a totoro, a big totoro with a little totoro next to it. And I did, I did a Star Trek one, and I did like the symbol, and then I had like the first directive on there, like it carved out the entire, I like carved words and like, yeah. And, what did my son want? It wasn't Pac-Man. Pac-Man was the year before. Can't remember what my son wanted, and I did a steampunk like gears down the side. It was really cool, of a pumpkin. I cannot remember for the life of me what my son wanted on his pumpkin, but I did his pumpkin too, and it was something child themed. It wasn't really like the year before last. I did a really cool one. I did the roots from that season of Teen Wolf. It was a tree, but she was drawing it upside down, so it looked like roots. Anyway, I did that, and then I also did the Pac-Man one for my son, and he wanted a heart. This year, I'm going to do bees, hexagons, with a bee in the center. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to design it, and I get really into pumpkin carving. So I'm going to have my son do his like avatar symbol, and then I'm going to do bees and the hexagons, and I'm going to be a happy girl because I'm only going to carve one pumpkin and not 5. And I'm going to make some mulled cider. I love mulled cider. My mulled cider recipe is like a thing of apple cider, and then 2 bottles, like a gallon of apple cider, 2 bottles of apple brandy, and then you put in mulling spices, which is crystallized ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, a little bit of cloves, whole cloves, and then like you cut up 2 oranges and 3 apples and like put it into a big pot. Now you hold aside the apple brandy for a bit. That goes in towards the very, very end. But if you put it in earlier, it will boil off all the alcohol and it won't be quite as delicious. So you put all the apples and some mulling spices and oranges and cinnamon sticks and crystallized ginger into a big pot, and you heat it slowly. You don't want it to boil. You want it to heat slowly to a very nice warm temperature that you'd like to drink, and then about 10 minutes before you're going to serve it, you pour in the brandy. And once again, you are not heating it to a boil. You're not even simmering it. You just have it nice and warm at a drinkable level. And then after the brandy's warmed up, you can either transfer it to like a punch bowl, or you can just keep it on the stove, and people come by with a ladle and ladle themselves out cups of mulled cider, and it's like the most delicious, warm, wonderful drink on the planet. And it will be my first mulled cider of the season, which means of the year, because I don't make mulled cider in January or anything. So I'm excited about pumpkin carving and mulled cider, and Halloween is like my 3rd favorite holiday. So isn't that weird how you're like, my first favorite holiday is this, and then I also like that holiday and I like this other one too? Halloween is my 3rd favorite. First, of course, being St. Patrick's Day. You don't have to buy anything, anyone anything on St. Patrick's Day, and the way you celebrate it is drink green beer and eat Irish food. I like that. So yeah. I'm kind of rambling. Anyways, I'm done now.